Good evening, and welcome back to the Dire Bear Adventuring Company. Had a little bit of a hiatus last week. Had a bit of some issues, but now we're back. It's Saturday, which means it's time for the Stolen Cities. As always, I am now, before, and ever after Alex, your DM for this evening. I say ever after. I have now claimed Saturday. Saturday is my property. I hold sovereignty over the day of Saturn.
I thought it was Suitor.
I thought it was shut the fuck up. As always, we have Venolin represented here by a Captain America shield and our sponsor, AK Racing Gaming. And we have Christian as Rallocat. We have Tim as Cross. And we have Lucas as the ever-lovable automaton, Jason. The last time we left our heroes...
Stretch.
Yeah. On a hard...
Doing good. He's doing super good.
I would like to use the term eccentric adventuring party.
Puckish rogues. Let's go with puckish rogues.
I definitely prefer eccentric anything, considering I am literally a processed fish person.
I hate when you call yourself processed. I hate when you call yourself processed. That shit like... Oh, look, I'm a processed. Yo, what the fuck?
The Theta Crusaders?
I'm sorry?
The Theta Crusaders? No?
I'm here for it.
Alexa, play Stand Proud.
Alexa, stop.
Did your Alexa actually start to play Stand Proud?
Yeah.
Noted. We will not actually use those jokes here.
A tragedy.
Okay.
When we last left our adventurers, they had finished quite the stint in the Shadowwood. Upon learning that Cross, being the only one there touched by Nelahir himself, was the only one who could successfully guide the party into his throne world. And after a lengthy confrontation with him that started to turn sour quite quickly, the party managed to procure the book that contained Cross's true name, and successfully returned to the Fey Court of Intent. However, in doing so, they accidentally left Nelahir with a path through which to track them. Through the pages of his books, which the smith revealed was a way they could sort of help him find them. Nelahir found himself invading the Court of Intent, decimating the Artemisians as they attempted to delay his advances upon the prince. The party now faces a hulking, several 100-foot-long centipede, the bestial form of Nelahir outside of his throne world, as they seek to buy the smith time to burn the book containing Cross's name. Real quick context. I gave you guys a name to refer to the smith as, and I forget what.
I'm not gonna open my mouth.
You don't remember either, do you?
No, I was gonna say. I absolutely don't remember. I was gonna say something stupid, so I'm not gonna open my mouth.
Spaz, you're playing Ralakan.
I'm aware.
You realize that, like, that means that you have, like, a double drop rate of something stupid from the your mouth. Like, if I run your mouth, I get double drops every time for something stupid.
It also doesn't help that I am drinking.
Ah, yes.
Great
Breeding
combo.
pool juice. We need to make a drink called the breeding pool juice.
Wait,
It's got to use Midori, so it's green.
I'm deceased.
I mean,
What?
to be fair, if you probably contact like one of the soda companies like Jones Soda or something, you probably could get like a limited run of it.
Like, we'll make a drink that's called the breeding pool juice. We'll make a Life Giver's Earn sap.
Okay. As for the name,
I don't have it written in my notes.
We'll get back to it.
let's
Somebody could put the VOD on at 1.75 times speed while I'm asking you guys to roll for initiative.
Hey, here we go.
I rolled an 8.
Oh,
Roll a 10.
no. Oh, no.
No, this is good. This is good. This is tactical rolling.
Yeah, you better
yes.
hope you and I don't do what we normally do.
Nah, what? Nah,
would
what?
be
Nah,
bad.
what?
At
Nah,
one.
what?
Because Spaz, if I roll what I normally do with you when it comes to initiative, that would be bad.
No,
You
no.
don't
See,
want
this is
me
a new.
going
This is a
that
new
late.
tactic. This is a new tactic. We're getting all of our shit rolls out now, and then when the actual comeback comes, we're just gonna have Tim do all the work for us.
well,
Which is any
if you
different than how it
do
normally
worse
works?
than me, I'm going to be highly disappointed.
What is your roll?
I got a 5.
So,
I rolled a
so-
1.
What'd you roll, Maddie?
Observe what Nella here is going to do.
We deserve exactly what Nella here is gonna do to us. I also got a 5.
which means that Maddie and I need to reroll.
No, you
No,
said you rolled a 6.
you rolled an 8, didn't you?
No. Total 8. So if Maddie rolled a 5, but it means total 8,
No,
right?
I rolled total 5, which means I matched Tim.
Oh.
Hang on. Tim is a +4. You are
only
a
a
+3,
+3.
so Tim goes first. So the order is Jason going first in your order for, like, I think the first time. Ral, Cross, Venelin. And Nella here rolls a whopping 17.
Start to the match.
You're in danger.
You guys are watching Nelly here literally swallow one of the Artemisian soldiers whole. And as you do so, everybody but Cross need a perception check.
Oh no. I rolled a 9 total.
No. Not gonna lie, having these in the roll log is kind of my favorite thing ever.
Got a 16.
I rolled a 18 total.
Cool. Jason and Venelin, you guys sort of track the hundreds of feet of centipede here to its tail. And the moment you see him gulp down the last bit of this soldier, you can see him immediately grow an extra link. The links seem to be... At first, they simply look to be like grooved, as though serrated or spiked, but upon further inspection, you think they have writings etched in them. All in different languages, but those that you can make out seem to spell names.
Ah,
Of course they do.
Nella here seems to be locked in battle with the two Artemisian captains that you can make out at the moment. Farron, who is currently still in his dragon form and kind of scratching at him from above, and Kieran, who seems to be radiating this green aura and whose skin looks almost stone-like at the moment. Wow, both of them rolled better than you.
That's
Be
not
expected.
difficult.
Jason, it is your move.
okay. So how far is Nella here from where we came from before?
The court itself, the atrium, is about 120 feet in diameter, and it is a circular room. Nella here is closer to the far east side of the room, where the door that you guys took is the west door. So
Right.
at this point, he's about 80, 90 feet away.
Gotcha. All right. So, in that case, I'm going to use my full running speed, which is 80 feet. I'm gonna get just to the just to the bare minimum of right by would the Artemisians be closer to us or on the other end of Nella here?
On the other end of Nella here.
Okay, so I guess I'm just approaching his back.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, yeah. So I'll be running towards there. And I assume since I took my full move action, I can't really do a lot else.
Not
Would I be
too
able to rage from this at this point?
I'll let you rage.
So I turn bright red. Steam starts shooting out all the orifices of Jason, and he grows in size, and a little bit of fire shoots out around him. And if Nelly here is within 10 feet, that'll just be 3 fire damage.
And that is indeed 3 fire damage. Anything else?
No, that will be other than drawing his fancy new great sword of wounding. That'll be all.
Oh, yeah.
Very excited to use it.
You guys watch as Nella here seems to be chomping away in the direction of Farron, who seems to be crawling along the ceiling of the atrium to avoid his attacks. Flying down to sort of swipe at him when the opportunity arises. He seems to spew a deluge of acid breath from his gullet, but it doesn't seem to burn through Nella here's hardened carapace. And Nella here responds by lunging forward with his head and kind of slamming Farron into the ceiling. Ral, it is your move.
Okay. I think what I'm gonna end up doing is really just pot shotting him from the distance because really all I can do. I really don't know like any. I don't know if I can actually like get up safely to him and start drawing runes, or even if that would be smarter. So I'm going to just shoot him with the longbow. That is a 24 to hit.
That is going to hit.
Okay. The longbow, the vicious longbow, that is only 4 damage. Let me see if I actually have a spell that can activate on proc. Yes, I'm gonna actually activate Hail of Thorns as well. So the next
Okie
time I
doke.
hit a creature with a ranged weapon is Rain of Thorns. Yep. It must make a dexterity saving throw. 12 is the DC.
That is a nat 20.
Oof. It takes half of 14.
Okay, so 7 points of damage.
So I did that at 2nd level.
Cool.
Just- And that is my turn.
Okie dokie. Cross, it is your turn.
Okay. What to do? Um. I forgot. At the end of the last session, did I activate my astral self?
No, you did not. We hadn't actually started combat.
Right. Okay. So I will spend the key points to activate my astral self. And with it comes an ability that I think is going to possibly come in handy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It is called Astral Sight. I believe we talked about this before, Alex.
If you'll remind me.
When you were discussing it with me, it was more or less trying to see the auras of things.
Yes, no, I remember this. Yes, okay. So what are you thinking?
Well, in about 120 feet of me, I would like to look over the body of Nella here to see if there's any sort of chink in his armor.
It seems as though his underbelly is still fleshy and therefore rather vulnerable. Though his carapace doesn't seem to have any significant chinks to it. However, given that the armor seems to be forged from the true names of his victims, do you have a feeling that dealing enough damage to them could cause them to disappear in a manner similar to their creation?
Okay.
Meaning the more damage you do to him, the shorter he gets.
Okay.
Like at this point, he's long enough that he could coil around the entire field if he wanted to. But he's currently trying to, reach up into the ceiling.
Okay. Then I would like to take this opportunity to dash forward and punch him in the stomach.
Okie dokie. Do me a favor, make me an acrobatics check.
Okay. Acrobatics. I'm good at those.
Yay!
That is a 21.
Okay. The main body of Nella here is a mess of thorns and jagged bits of armor and spiked legs crawling and chittering about. However, Cross, you manage to deftly weave yourself in and out of the varying hazards that just are protruding from his body in every direction until you find a vulnerable bit of underbelly. Go forth.
That is a 22 to hit.
That's going to hit.
Nice.
For 10 points of radiant damage.
Okay. You bring an astral fist upward into this bit of underbelly, and you watch the flesh itself sear with radiant light. And it almost immediately begins to bubble, as though kind of like a slug if you salted it.
Ew.
But almost immediately, the flesh around it seems to come over it and mask it, and you can hear a faint ripping sensation as the armor above it disappears, the space between it closing almost immediately.
Amongst all the chaos, Cross is just going to yell, "Aim for the underbelly."
Understood.
Shoot him belly up. Got it.
And Fenelon, I believe it's your turn.
That is going to be Venelin's turn.
Okay. Well, in that case, he's how far from me?
Since you're still at the far door, good 80, 90 feet.
Is there a section of him that's closer? Not to get, like, right next to Cross, but, like, is there a section of him that's closer? Because I'm not a monk. I don't have 50 feet of movement.
He is kind of coiled up at the moment. It looks like you caught him just as he was, like, exiting from teleporting in.
Okay.
And he's just kind of been coiling up with the purpose of attacking Farron, who's currently flying.
Right, okay. Which exposes his potentially weak underbelly. And I used that last session, and we have not had a rest for me to be able to use it again.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great, guys. I'm so excited.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna move. Okay, I'm going to move my 30, dash another 30 using cunning action because rogues, which now puts me about 20 feet away from him, and I am going to use one of my cantrips that I haven't had a chance to use yet. And, Jason, I love you to pieces, but I need you and Nella here to give me a dexterity saving throw.
What's the DC?
Righty then.
Hang on. I gotta find it because it's not written in here.
Luckily, I got advantage due to danger sense.
Yep. Basically what's gonna happen is, yeah, the 18 definitely whatever
Nat
my
20.
save is. Hang on. Oh my god. Ow! Hang on. Gotta pull up the...
I'm sorry, did you say a nat 20?
Yep.
I should have written this down. I should make this a note somewhere about what her spell save DC is.
I will say that Nelly here did roll a 19.
Yikes. Okay, well, neither of them are going to take any damage, but there's another piece that's attached to it, so hang on.
You can do it, I believe in you.
That's not good. Charisma is my... charisma is my spellcasting modifier for this. Yikes. So the DC is 12.
I think that was cleared with flying colors.
Oh, yeah.
Like I just tossed my crayons.
However, if one of them moves before the start of my next turn, they must both repeat the saving throw as the shadows lash out again.
So what is this exactly?
It's dueling shadows.
Gotcha. And what happens on a fail?
They take 2d4 necrotic damage.
I dig it. I dig it.
But it's a casting, like, it's a one-action casting time, so I moved my 60 feet, which definitely got me in range to cast it. Selected Jason because he looks the sturdiest out of all of us, and Nella here because we're trying to kill Nella here, so... I just...
Okay.
My spell
Understand.
DC's garbage. Anyway.
Nella here feels a tug on his shadow, along with the sort of slow shrinking of flesh around his midsection. Looks down to find Cross, and then back to find Venelin. And he's immediately going to just spit in Venelin's direction. I'm going to need both Venelin and Jason to give me dex saves.
Jill?
Rude.
Good. 18
That's a dirty 20.
with that advantage.
Wonderful. So you guys are taking half of this damage.
I mean, sure, but I kind of wish that it was, you had waited till I was level 7 to do this, because then I just wouldn't have taken any damage at all.
Damn, that's so sad. You guys take a whopping 5 acid damage. I'm so sorry.
I might be silly. Acid is not the same as poison.
No, it isn't.
Gotcha.
And Cross, I'm going to need a dex save from you as well, as he immediately begins unfurling his massive body.
He also needs to give me another dex save, because
Yup.
dueling shadows.
That's an 11, actually, so that's okay.
Yes.
Give me that 2d4.
Do I need to make a dex save as well?
Yeah, you do too, because they're lashing out at each other.
Ah, bollocks.
But I believe you've got
Nat
advantage.
20.
Yeah, you're good.
Again, I'm rolling nat 20s to defend myself from you.
You're really
That's 5
really a
necrotic
death.
damage to Nella here.
good shit. Tim, I cannot hear you.
Sorry about that. I got a 27 on my dexterity saving throw.
You are without a doubt fine. You see the spikes and legs and everything start to shift around you as his body begins to unfurl, but you manage to jump out of the way. And it's only here that you start to get a sense of just how massive Nella here is. His body looks as though it almost curls around the entirety of this room twice.
He sees it, does he?
I mean you as a party. Shut the fuck up.
No, I actually do see it.
Yeah,
sight?
and also with astral sight at the moment, he can see it. It's more as like a mass of light and purple energy, but still seeing it.
Okay. Okay.
Ah, yes. I do love when Fey courts decide to wreak havoc. Okay. Wait a second. Where was my... There it is. I don't need you open. Don't need you open. There we go. Kieran rushes forward, kind of between Jason Cross and the rest of the party. I mean, Jason Cross and and Nella here. And you see him draw his javelin again. And make a thrusting throw at it into the flesh just underneath its head. And you watch as the moment it makes impact, this bolt of lightning erupts from the javelin, arcing electricity along its flesh. And you watch a good 7 or 8 sections immediately burn and shrink all at once, making a strange fleshy thud as the 2 sections collide and merge back together.
A wonderful strike. Well done.
Last person's commendation I need is yours. Just stay alive, would you?
Understood.
Jason, it is your turn.
All right. Well, knowing that the underbelly is where all the tasty bits are, Jason is going to kind of do a little spin and drag his greatsword on the floor and do kind of like an uppercut motion, and try and attack that juicy bit. For will a 20 hit?
A 20 will hit the fleshy bits.
So that is for a whopping total of 8 damage.
Good
That
stuff.
is. And if he makes a DC save of 15 Constitution, if not, he'll take a D4 of necrotic damage.
That is a 17.
Then he's fine. And he's going to kind of combo that, swinging down. I doubt it. 18 is going to hit. Will it?
An 18 is not going to hit the carapace.
Okay.
Did Jason move?
No.
Okay.
Unless DM specifies.
I'm not counting swinging as moving.
No, I just because like when Nelly here uncoiled himself, he's moving and shifting into other spaces. So that's why I wasn't sure if Jason had moved. I missed that when you were talking.
But yeah, that is that will be Jason's turn. Just a little bit of spice on him.
Okay. And it is at this point that Nelly here kind of like looks down at you and is immediately going to lunge his head down to slam into you.
Okay. Fun.
Show me Jason. Thank you, Jason. Oh no.
I take
That's
it
not
that's this ain't gonna be fun, is it?
No,
Oh,
no,
good.
it isn't.
Oh crap! My apologies. I forgot the rage. Rage damage. Put an extra 2 on there. 10 damage.
Wonderful. Nelly here lunges down to kind of just ram into you in his head, and you take 21 points of bludgeoning. You have resistance to bludgeoning, don't you?
I do.
Then you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage, and I'm going to need you to make me a strength saving throw.
Okay. I believe I have advantage on that when I'm raging.
I know you have advantage on checks. I need to check on saves. Yes, you do.
Cool. So that's a 22.
Oh, yeah. The impact makes a small crater underneath you, but you are not forced down into it.
I have been told not to die, and I will be following this function.
And you can just hear an angry chittering and clicking of the centipede's mandibles at that cheeky one-liner. Oh my god. I'm surrounded by nerds.
You're playing D&D.
Pot calling the kettle?
I am black.
Yeah, I felt like I couldn't actually finish that usual
Yeah, you've said that
analogy.
sentence to me like 4 times in the past 2 weeks. And I keep wondering
I
why
never
you don't finish it.
I never finish it. I just do the shortened version.
That's bold words.
Yeah, they're bold words for somebody who says them over the internet and is nowhere near choking distance.
Why? We're live. Why would?
And
Why are you gonna out yourself like that?
you should have heard the shit that came out of my mouth during Foundations of Adelar, and that was the first fucking game we streamed. Including
what?
such fantastic lines like "Open your throat and don't choke."
That is a pretty fantastic line.
Hey, isn't
See,
it
now
Relican's
Spaz wants
turn?
context.
I don't. I want to continue on with the game.
Okay, joke.
Come on, Relican. F this thing's day up.
Okay.
Farron, while the centipede is distracted, is going to circle around and land behind you guys.
Right, I forgot about the NPCs. My apologies, Spaz.
Its dragon form has 2 twin tails that kind of extend outward, and
Oh my lord.
has 2 twin tails that extend outward and sort of reach out to the 2 members of the party that are the farthest back, who are Venelin and Ral. Will you take hold of them?
Can I just avoid them altogether?
You know, they're not like trying to hit you. They're reaching out to you.
I want nothing to do with this at all. Ever. Away from me.
I'm sorry, what's reaching out to me?
His dragon form has 2 tails, one of which is kind of reaching out towards you. Not in any kind of offensive manner, just like in your direction.
So something that could then possibly yeet me into the thing that I want to try killing.
I mean, possibly.
Oh, I'm climbing on. He's not attacking me this time.
Yeah, but I'm a ranger and I actually have a shot at his stomach from here.
Yeah,
So-
sure. Why not, Spaz? But I've got a rapier I want to use, so
Stabby, stabby.
yeah, exactly. I can't really do that from 20 feet away.
Yes, you can. You just use a bow and arrow. It's stabbing someone with extra steps.
Easy.
You take hold of the tail, and it has an almost leathery feel to it. And the moment you take hold, you are met with this almost airy magic that envelops your being. You feel lighter on your feet suddenly. For context, Farron has imbued you with freedom of movement.
Hey, that's better than what I thought he did.
What do you think he did?
Cast haste?
Fair enough.
Me quickly needing to figure out what freedom of movement does, because I don't remember.
You
I
can
got
spend
it.
5 feet of movement to escape from any restraint that is not magical,
Mm-hmm.
or including grapples,
Mm-hmm.
and you are pretty much unaffected by difficult terrain.
Mm-hmm.
Neat.
Things that Spaz wishes he had taken now.
No, I'm just gonna continue to just be over here in my corner, just
Oh my god, it's not even a concentration spell.
Nope.
Mm.
I got that for an
And
hour.
druids can cast those while wild shaping.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Alright, I'm good.
He then immediately flies back up once he has successfully imbued you with the spell. Val, it is your turn.
okay. This time I'm going to cast Cordon of Arrows first. So I've got 4 shots. How close is he to me?
You've gotten a bit closer, so I'd say, well, now that he's uncoiled, I don't think there's anywhere here where you would not be within range to hit him.
No, but like specifically, is it like 30 feet, 20 feet?
The closest piece of him is about 30 feet from you.
Okay. Of course, extremely safe. Well, I need to figure out what my modifiers are.
It seems like a thing you should probably.
Yeah. I'm just gonna have all the arrows fly at the underbelly. He needs to
Okay.
make. Since this is, it says hold on. Until a spell ends, whenever a creature enters 30 feet of the ammunition for the first time, or it ends there. Oh no! So turn end. So never mind. Ignore that. From there, I'm just gonna use my extra attack and just shoot a 22 to hit.
It's gonna hit.
Neat. And that is another 7 points of piercing.
Okay. Why are people still talking about this stupid game? And at that point, Nellie here kind of looks at you for a moment, Raoul. Not really with the look that says that, like, Thor, you're bothering me, but also, you're not sure whether he's looking at you or behind you. And immediately, he's going to make a massive streaking lunge in your direction. Make me a dex save, please.
Oh boy! Oh no!
That's an 11!
Oh no!
Now I need to roll a to hit for him.
Let's talk about this.
And then I need to roll damage for you. Is that a 6 or a 9? That is a 9.
Of course it was 9.
That is another 18 points of bludgeoning damage. As you are slammed with this thing's head into the western door. It is heavily fortified and thus does not break down. However, you can see the faintest cracks starting to form in the stone that surrounds it. You have a feeling that despite how strong that door is, the rest of this building will not take too many more of those hits. And that is a 7, so that's going to be another 2d4 necrotic from you, Venelin, please.
Well, that's a whole whopping 2.
I am so sorry.
Now that it's actually ended his turn closer to me, it does need to roll the dex saves for the arrows.
You may consider this a fail. He's using a legendary action. You can call that a fail.
Okay, so that is how many? 4. So that is 46. 4 points of damage. 1, 2, 3. So 4, 5, 7, 10 points of piercing damage.
Beautiful. Cross, you've watched as several links in the centipede have started to shrink and burn out as the rest of the party has started to do damage to it. However, you can also get the faintest hint of aura behind that door now that you couldn't get earlier with its fortifications, which leads you to believe that that door is probably not going to survive another hit.
Mm-mm. Okay. Question.
Yup.
Was him moving to attack Ralakan as his legendary action, did that provoke an attack of opportunity?
Typically, legendary actions do not. However, he's big enough that, like, there's no way you're not going to be able to move and not find a piece of him to hit.
Okay. So is that a yes or no?
I'll let you go for it.
Okay. That is a 24 to hit.
Oh,
That is going to hit.
Okay. That is another 10 points of damage.
Oh, yeah.
Kitty.
And I am. Yeah, I cannot afford to let him keep doing this, so I'm going to make my first attack officially for this turn. That is a 22 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. And that is 8 points of damage.
Okie dokie.
I'm going to spend a key point to activate Flurry of Blows.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I believe that is... Yes. That is... That plus 7... That is a 23 to hit.
Yup. That is, in fact, hitting.
Another 10 points of damage. Again.
Oh, boy.
That is a total of a 27 natural 20.
Woof.
Oh, God. Hit me with that damage.
That is 19 points of damage.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You managed to burn through several links in Nelly here's body. Watching the body parts once again slam back together with a fleshy kind of thudding impact. It is quite grotesque getting a look at this thing's underbelly in such detail.
Yeah, you know, at least it crosses mind being able to see for the first time. Wasn't expecting that.
Bit bittersweet. Let's go with that.
If this is what the world has to offer, maybe being blind isn't so bad. And let's see. There's the AOT. First attack, second attack. First flurry, second flurry. Yep, that's it.
Okay. Wonderful. And that would make for Venolin's turn.
Go ahead, Venoline, kick its ass.
Plan.
Super good.
All right. So it no longer the dueling shadows thing is done.
Okay, no.
Okay, that was just the one round. But it works really well because it lasts until my turn, and then yeah. All right. I'm gonna draw my Rapier of Wounding.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep it on the desk. I don't think a 13 hits him though.
A 13 is not even going to hit the fleshy bit.
No. Alright, well, I'm not gonna dip away, so. I'm gonna miss with a 13 with my dagger as well. Too bad. Okay. That's it. That's all I can do.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's too big. I don't get advantage on this shit. Okay.
Spaz's face says phrasing.
It does.
Spaz's face says phrasing. And Maddie says, I know what I said. Oof. Ah, okay. Nelly here rears back its head, getting a good look at all of the different threats surrounding it right now. And I'm going to need a perception check from everyone that is. Actually, no, everyone including Cross.
Finally, a 20.
17?
$19.
What was that, Maddie?
19.
Okay,
I also got a 19.
cool, wonderful. Fortunately, none of you are so distracted by his head that you don't start to notice the tail. As it sort of like shrinks into itself for a moment before beginning a long sweep throughout the room. I'm going to need everyone to make a dex save.
Cool. This is gonna be awesome. Oh, that is super awesome. Even with advantage, I got a 7.
Can I pass a single save?
Oh, okay.
Oh, was that a
Oh, no.
dexterity save throw? Okay.
I believe that was a dexterity saving throw.
Alright.
I
Wait,
got
Fuck.
Jason, what'd you roll?
7.
Oh, no. What'd you roll,
21?
Cross?
I got a 25.
You're fine.
21?
You're also fine. But now, let's roll for our buddies here.
You can be nice.
You're funny. Look at the fish man. He thinks he's people.
Oh no.
Am I no longer allowed to be people?
Let's consult the dice. I'm just jingling these dice directly underneath my mic. It doesn't help that my dice tray is literally right underneath my mic.
It's good dice rolling ASMR.
Mm-hmm. You can just hear the amount of horrible pain you're inflicting on everyone.
Right?
Oh yeah. Okay. So who failed? Jason and Ral both failed. Wonderful. Cross and Venlin, you guys only take 10 points of piercing damage. As this spined tail sweeps through the atrium, knocking over pillars and just destroying it. Whereas Jason, Lucas, I love this ambiance now. This is oh yeah.
It's
D&D After Dark. And
It's all thanks to my Jotaro Kujo knife. You can't see that shit.
no, no, I can't. No, I can't. Not even a little. Whereas Jason and Ral both take 20 points of piercing damage.
10 points of piercing damage.
10 points of piercing damage for Jason because resistance. But Ral, I'm going to need a Constitution save.
Oh fuck! Oh no! It's a 12.
Yeah.
Oh no. It's a tragedy. It's a real tragedy here. You are the Poissoned.
Oh fuck!
You can feel this almost cold feeling kind of radiating from your wound, where there should definitely be heat from, blood and stuff spilling out. But it feels cold. Not quite like frostbite, but like just jumping into a cold pool.
Uh-huh.
It kind of reaches out across your side up into your torso, and it kind of settles just at the base of your neck.
You know, it helps that I actually put Vicks on,
Yeah.
and I can feel
it
that,
does.
and it's not fun. So why would you ruin this for me?
Oh no, Ral put on Vicks in game. I can't believe it.
Can you just not die, please?
I don't know. My HP is barely legal. I'm sorry.
Guys, if you were the reason we lose affiliate status, I'm gonna kill you.
I'm so sorry.
Thanks. Love you guys.
You know what? I can take solace in one fact. That I'm seeing you tomorrow. You know what this is? You know what this is? You know what this is? This right here? This is Faz's new graphics card. I dare you to find one of these at full price. And this right here is a jar of peanut butter.
Wait! Which did no?
Baz, don't die. If you die in the game, it dies in real life.
And cheers to that.
Oh my dog. Hold
Why do you
on.
have a jar of peanut butter at your desk?
If I need to make a sandwich.
Why not just walk to the kitchen?
Because sometimes
Bold of you to assume that I get up.
also because sometimes you just want to have a spoonful of peanut butter.
It's what I have bread here for.
Fair.
What do you think I have bread here for? Because I'm a communist? They're completely unrelated.
Anywho,
Yes,
I'm poisoned.
you are poisoned, and you can feel this cold feeling running up your body and stopping at the base of your neck.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't necessarily feel bad. It's just extremely less than comfortable given the source.
Right. So. Oh, fuck me. Whose turn is it? Mine?
No, that's his turn. We're back at the top of the turn order. Yeah, that's right. I forgot. I have to roll for Kieran and Farron. Oh boy, that's not good. Kieran and Farron also take 20 points of piercing damage. But Farron passes, and Kieran has advantage, and Kieran passes. Kieran is going to rush toward this thing's tail, stowing his javelin and pulling out what looks like a mighty greatsword. It seems to glow with radiant light as he rushes towards this thing's tail and attempts to drive it inward. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You watch another large section of spikes begin to burn off at his touch as he unleashes a searing smite on Nelly here as he hits it. Another large section just burns right off and slams itself back together. And he yells across to you. What's in that room?
Nothing.
What? Whatever's in that room has got him distracted from killing everybody here. What is it?
Let's talk more kill. How about that? I honestly don't remember.
The door in question goes to the forge, right?
Yes.
Oh.
Where we're burning the book.
So the more ignorant we keep him, it's not really helping anyone out, actually. It's
Yeah, but if you say it, then Nella here is gonna know.
He already knows.
Already.
He's
Well,
trying
no,
to get
he
in there to
knows-
get it.
He knows we have the book. He doesn't know what we're doing with it. As far as we're aware, he has no idea what we're doing with it. Just that we're keeping it from him. But ultimately, it's up to Ral since he's talking to
Alex.
Ral.
Is Jason too honest to tell him?
I can never tell a lie.
Did you seriously take that as a personality trait?
He's a robot. He was asked a question. It's a function.
Damn.
It's not a
almost
bug.
like he's got directives.
It's a feature. Remember, we had to give him a special command to not introduce himself to Nella here.
Oh, didn't tell me about any backup plans.
Maddie's face!
I am so sorry, Maddie.
Oh man, I love it here.
We're already killing the giant centipede anyway at this point.
There is a book.
It's not like things will get any better.
There is a book that belongs to Nella here. It contains a list of souls. A list of true names. It is currently in the fire.
I now pause for this dramatic recreation of Spaz's Destiny OC of Gospel 9.
That hurt, actually. Please don't headbang with the graphics card.
It's got enough padding to survive a car accident.
That doesn't help. But doesn't help my anxiety issues. Please don't headbang with the graphics card.
Fine. I'll headbang with the power supply. It's heavier anyway. Finland! Okay.
There's a reason why I have a negative modifier to charisma. I am unable to tell a lie.
It's okay. So, yeah. How does that go?
I am trying to burn the thing. It's a good move, but those plates won't survive another hit like that.
What do you suggest we do?
Can you defend me for a bit?
Understood. I will do my best to defend you.
Yeah, imagine having an automaton so subject to request that, like, somebody could very kindly request that he snap cross his neck, and because it's a directive, he'd have to actually, like, do it.
I feel like there might be some processing issues there before he does it, but
I don't know. An enemy just asked him to defend him. It's like, yeah, no problem. Defend you with him alive. Got it.
Okay. We'll try to cover you.
You watch as Kieran gets on one knee and sort of buries his javelin on one side of him, his greatsword on the other, and pulls out what looks like a series of chalks. Jason, it is your turn.
Okay. Well, in hopes to keep attention on me, I'm going to do a reckless attack on towards the underbelly of our centipede friend, and let's see how that goes. That ain't gonna work. Let's see about that. I got 2 18s. Are we doing house crits?
I believe we are, in fact, doing house crits.
Because I just got a house crit.
That's a house crit. Do it.
Excellent. So that is 12 plus another 10. That is 26 damage. And can you make 2 DC 15 Constitution saves?
Oh, yeah. One's a fail, one's a pass.
Cool. So that's 3 necrotic damage. And coming in with another attack, just a regular one, 17, that ain't gonna hit.
Unfortunately not. It's a tragedy.
Still, altogether, that was 26, 29 damage altogether.
Okay. This thing has shrunk considerably in this time frame. From being several hundred feet long to being about maybe 150. And it's at a point where he can no longer like curl around the entirety of the room. But he's still very, very long. And I will give everyone an attack of opportunity. As Nella here begins sort of recurling his body.
That's a 24.
Aw, yeah.
17.
Aw, no.
Damn it.
14 damage.
That's another natural 20.
Woo!
Love it.
We do love to see it. Yeah.
I only rolled a 12, so I know I'm not hitting.
Nope. There are many things we love to see. That is not one of them.
That is 15 points of damage.
Beautiful. So yeah, 15. What'd you roll, Lucas?
14 damage?
Beautiful. And 2 unfortunate misses. That is fine. You guys watch Nella here curl up once again, this time getting into a bit more of a wheelie looking shape.
No.
You can hear the tumbling and sifting of earth underneath the giant centipede as it curls into a ball and begins to wheel toward the door.
So he's gone Pillbug.
I would like to try something.
What are you thinking?
I shoot him with an ensnaring strike. And I just have the thorns stop him in his tracks.
Your move, Legolas.
Here we go.
Better clench up.
That is a 26.
Hey!
Ensnaring strike. He needs to make a strength saving throw.
DC.
12.
Hey!
Here we go.
Talk to me.
That is an 11.
Oh my god!
Yes.
Oh god. So
He
that
begins
is
to roll towards the door, and Kieran's just got this look on his face. As you can see him drawing runes. And the moment your arrow impacts, a tangle of vines surges outwards. And while it can't hope to cover the entirety of Nelly here, it manages to curl around the underside of him just enough to restrict his forward momentum.
And he takes 10 points piercing.
Good shit.
Oh my god.
That's some good shit.
I can't believe that worked.
Character development. Character development.
I cannot believe that fucking worked.
It's okay. You'll believe it eventually.
Bro, I still haven't believed I graduated college. Several years later.
You can't just hit me with shit like that, fam. You can't hit me with that. God. Okay. Farron also descends, returning to his elven form. And he steps forward also in front of him and pulls out what looks like a dagger and a piece of clay. He places the clay down and stabs it with the dagger, and immediately you can see this almost brownish green magic well in the tips of his fingers. And you watch him create a wall of earth in front of Nella here. The wall does not seem to stretch high enough to, completely envelop him, but it's about enough to get about halfway high. And finally, able to speak now, he goes, anything you can do to slow him down?
I kind of just waved at the thorns. I'm trying.
Cross, your turn.
To slow him down. Huh. Yeah, I do have an idea. Might not be a good idea.
Nobody ever said it had to be good.
I am going to attempt to grapple Nella here with my
hold up
astral
now.
self.
Oh, that's not even remotely good.
That is a Ralakan level idea. Hold up.
I like it.
Okay.
Good enough.
I feel the migraine forming on this head.
You know what? No, I want him to do it, because if he's grappled, then I get advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, he's restrained, isn't he? I still have advantage anyway. Do it!
Oh, he is restrained, isn't he?
Currently by the thorns, yes, which means he will have disadvantage on the strength saving throw to escape your grapple.
Nice.
Fantastic. Alright then.
Oh, yeah. We're really on Titan now. Yeah? What? What are you going to do?
I have advantage.
Yeah, of course you do.
Fair. So that is
Let's hear it.
X.
30.
No, it's not a 30. It's only a 23.
It's the magic number. Did no one else see that?
I know.
What? See what?
The spoon just flip.
Even your spoon's just done with everything.
To be honest, I don't blame it.
I don't have the spoons for this.
So, Krawlitz's astral self materializes and just starts going to town to just hold him in place.
Oh man, being held up by walls, vines, a small child's stand. 1 moment.
You know what? Also, one moment. I do want to get me a diet soda. I'll be right back.
So, 1 moment, I just have to close the door.
Yeah, and I have to do something really quick with dinner, so I will be 2 minutes.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Yep. Hmm. Well, we may not die, so that's something.
That is a good sign. We are currently at a very good point of where we are not dying. That is a good thing.
We? Who's we? Nintendo we? Nah, I'm dying.
I may or may not have threatened Alex with my backup character's backstory. So I'm hoping things are okay today.
So, I'm so happy that I finally get to use this. I have the grappler feat,
Oh
Hey.
my god.
which gives me advantage on any rolls when it comes to grappling.
Oh, but wait, he's restrained, and it has disadvantage on.
You have super advantage.
And even further, I can use an action to pin him.
Well, I
In
forget.
that ball.
I forget. Is Astral Self supposed to be a JoJo reference or a Mucha Lucha reference?
It's definitely a JoJo reference.
It is definitely a JoJo reference.
I'm
You-
aware. It's just right now it's a Mucha Lucha reference.
No, man, there's no way you can say it's anything but a JoJo reference. Astral Self is just having a stand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but now he's pinning it, so it's now at the same time the reference of Mucha Lucha.
I feel, I mean, Lucas, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the stands are, like, they can interact with IRL
Yeah.
things.
They absolutely can. But I also understand your Mucha Lucha reference, since the main character Mucha Lucha does turn into a ball. And we are essentially fighting a ball of Nella here.
Was good. Let's go with it. So what went on while I was gone?
Oh no.
Oh.
Talking about JoJo and Mucha Lucha.
Two of the best anime. Yeah, Mitch. Okay. He is grappled and restrained. Venolin, it's your turn.
Alright, well, I still got that rapier of wounding out, plus my dagger, so, you know. And I have advantage, because grappled and restrained. So, let's do this. And I miss with the rapier of wounding, because of course I do. I haven't
Oh,
rolled
no.
higher than a 6 all night, except for saving throws.
Even with advantage?
Even with advantage! However, that is a 19 to hit.
That's hitting.
So that's only going to be with a dagger.
Uh,
But I have advantage, and I have allies within 5 feet of this thing, so I get sneak attack.
Yay.
For a whopping... So the dagger, I don't have 2-weapon fighting yet, so it's 1 plus 12 for 13.
beautiful.
And at the start of his turn, he'll be taking necrotic damage because, oh wait, no, because I used the dagger, not the rapier. Never mind. No necrotic damage, because I didn't hit with the rapier. Anyway. Yep, that's it.
A tragedy.
Uh-huh. I put the other 2 dice that just weren't rolling for me in dice jail. Enough of that shit.
Bonk, go to dice jail.
Yep.
I'm going to need a strength save from Cross. As Nelahir's body starts to pitch forward again. And it starts to slowly break the vines, though it doesn't seem to be pushing past the wall or across the stand yet.
Okay. That is a 25.
Okay. You're managing to continue to keep this thing subdued, despite, wow, just absolute garbage strength rolls. Giant centipede, ladies and gentlemen. From the rest of you behind this wall, you can see that the top of it is starting to crumble very slightly. However, Cross seems to be preventing the brunt of the damage by holding it back. I just need another bit. And, Venolin, roll me a perception check, please.
14.
You recognize some of the runes from stuff that your parents taught you about. And you're pretty sure he's attempting to banish Nelahir back to the Shadowwood. Which, even though it's still in the Feywilds, would technically not work for too long, but would work long enough to get the book out.
Assuming it's not burnt, but, you know, we're not sure because the door is closed.
Hey, where's my turn order? There's my turn order. Jason, we're back to you.
Hey. Okay, so we got a grappled, ensnared bug behind a wall. So I'm gonna go up and try and land a couple hits on this thing.
Aw, yeah.
Yeah. He asked me to slow him down. Try and slow him down by, not hitting with the first attack.
That you have advantage on.
Advantage.
I have done advantage. And, not hitting with the second attack, even with advantage. I'm gonna assume 18 does not hit.
Unfortunately not.
So definitely a 15 won't either. Awesome. Well, that's me. Oof.
Okay. Ral, it's your turn now.
Well, it worked before. I'm gonna do it again. Shoot him with the longbow and see if I can hit. That is a 26 to hit. Good God Almighty.
Mm-mm.
So, and then another ensnaring strike on that as well. So, roll strength save 12. Alex?
Strength save 12.
Yes.
That's going to be a 13.
Okay, so damage from the longbow 5. Does he still take the damage from the thorns?
I'm actually not sure about that.
Doesn't look like he takes damage. Well, I get an extra attack, so I'm gonna do it again. 15. Never mind.
Nope. No. And here's a deadly laser. Okay. Cross.
Okay.
Anything else you want to do? You're going to keep holding this thing back.
I'm gonna do one better.
Suplex?
I am going to try and suplex into a grappling pin.
Suplex.
What you missed before, when you stepped away, was I was explaining my feat that I took. I took the
Which-
grappling feat, which allows me to perform the grappling pin maneuver.
Which means you're totally going to attempt to suplex this giant centipede.
Into a pin, yes. To super restrain it. And away from the wall.
In the Suplex City.
Make me a strength check.
Okay. That is a 23.
The number. It haunts
Now you know how I feel.
It's okay.
I'm
I've got another DM. He's haunted by the number 76.
I mean, I'm
Stop
pretty sure
playing
anybody who plays the Bethesda game is haunted by the number 76. Just give me 1 second.
You okay?
No. Double no. You plant your feet. So to position yourself a little bit further underneath him, and then begin to push up. And slowly, but surely, you manage to lift the giant centipede over your head. It is a tremendous strain that you only manage to pull off for a few seconds before heaving him backwards over your shoulders and slamming him into that wall behind you.
Nice.
And he is significantly smaller. He's shortened from 150 down to something around 60 feet. And something that you can have a significantly easier time actually getting on top of and pinning down.
Well, okay then.
He's gone from a huge fuck off, get away from me centipede to just a regular big off centipede. Venlin, you just watched what looked like a 12-year-old kid suplex a giant centipede into a wall.
Yay, cross. So, he's pinned, yeah?
Yup.
As in, restrained.
Mm-hmm.
Yup.
As in the rogue, who's hopefully gonna roll higher than a goddamn 6 on the rapier! With advantage!
You can do it, I believe in you.
I dropped my dice on the floor. That is a 24 to hit. With the rapier.
That's a hit.
Yep. I'm gonna put sneak attack on this one. That's 3 and 3 for 6 and 3 for 9 and 9 for 18 points of damage, all told magical, and he now has a magical wound that will deal 1d4 necrotic damage at the start of his turn if he doesn't make the con save.
He's got several of those between you and Jason.
And then we're gonna do it again, cause dagger.
Stabby, stabby.
I don't think a 15 is gonna hit though.
No.
But I hit with the rapier, so I'm not gonna complain. And that's it.
Teamwork.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Indeed.
Nella here lashes and writhes beneath your astral arms, Cross. And after sort of slowly coming to a stop, you can hear him lunge forward with his tail backwards at you. What's your AC?
My AC is 18.
That's going to hit. The tail hits you just at the small of your back for 10 points of piercing damage, and I'm going to need another Constitution saving throw.
Okay. First, mark that damage. Let me just double check something. Okay, yep. Okay. That is a 21.
Okay.
Am I the poisoned?
You are not the poison. You can feel that same cold sensation sort of begin to crawl up your back, but it dissipates after a moment. It's a familiar one that you've felt on the back of your neck all this time. And strangely enough, you don't feel it anymore.
Oh.
Kieran looses a hollow laugh from a few feet back and grabs one of the many pages off of the floor, placing it into the center of the runic circle that he's drawn.
My internet cut out for a good minute. What? Pages and runic circles?
Kieran looses a hollow laugh as he completes the runic circle, taking one of Nelahir's pages from off of the floor and placing it in the center.
Okay.
Immediately, it begins to glow with an emerald aura. And Cross, you can feel a tugging from underneath you as it feels as though Nelahir is being pulled slowly towards it. You can see him continue to writhe and convulse in resistance against it, trying to crawl any semblance away from it, though you still seem to be pinning him down. Whose rabid, crazy man laughter was that?
Because it was oddly fitting.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is Hyena Medina, my brother.
Hyena Medina!
You. I'd like to point out there's more than 20 feet of concrete between us. The doors to both of our rooms are closed.
You know what?
Hyena
That's it.
Medina!
That's some good shit.
Respect given that you are willing to come forward and admit that you're related to that, instead of blaming it on the city that's outside.
No.
Am I the only thing that seems to be keeping him here right now?
Yep.
Then, as a very bit of a extra flair, I would just like to take Nella here
And push him somewhere
and
else.
push him somewhere else. And
You pick up Nella here with both of your astral arms. Hoist him over your shoulder. He is significantly lighter now. And as you look upon the emerald vortex threatening to suck him in, you just...
He started singing You're Welcome, by the way. I told him, and then he immediately started to sing You're Welcome from Moana.
Good.
Sorry, continue.
It's fine. The moment the final mandible of Nelly here is sucked through the vortex, the emerald magic immediately dissipates in a flash of mist. The runic circle itself sort of slowly dissipating.
the pages. Burn them all now. That's how he got in.
You guys grab the pages, immediately bringing them to Kieran, who just grabs them, stabs them with his greatsword, and they all immediately catch fire. As he does, he gets up, stows them both on his back. I remember what he told you to call him. He just pounds on the door and goes, "Levi, open up!"
Right.
Right, we were making the jeans jokes.
Yep.
Yep.
I was... When you told me you were asking for a name for the Smith, immediately what my mind wanted to say Will.
We can't afford Will Smith.
No, we cannot.
Z-Spaz, the worst part is I didn't even think of Will Smith. I thought of Nixon. And the last person I need, the last person you need, the last person anyone needs here is that living, breathing affront to the Geneva Convention in one of our D&D games.
Indeed.
All right, all that aside.
You guys listen as Levi slowly, laboriously undoes the locks on that fortified door. And the moment the locks are all gone, the doors just fall off their hinges, slamming to the ground with a loud metal thud. Those things were not staying up to another hit. Cross, you rush in first, watching as the last bits of the book's leather cover begin to finally set aflame. And somehow you can remember picking it up. Your mind goes back to that quill pen in your pocket, and as you pick it up, barely stopping for a moment to regard the fact that the centipede that sat upon it is no longer there, you remember it being given to you the first time. You have a name that hasn't been spoken in quite a long time.
I'm gonna take the quill. I'm gonna kind of crush it in my hand and toss it into the fire.
The quill lights almost immediately, and it unfurls into what looks like a piece of paper, upon which is written the name Conan Eldervale. It burns like flash paper, disappearing almost the minute you set it inside. And the moment it does, this place fills with a sense of color that it didn't have when you were looking at it before. One that you almost immediately recognize, the color of nostalgia, of lived experience. The oral sight that you use to look upon this place is one of someplace that you have spent a very long time in. And while the memories don't necessarily return in their entirety, The familiarity does. This is your home.
Almost breathing out a massive sigh of relief, he's gonna just sort of collapse to his knees in front of the forge.
Cross, you okay?
Yeah. I'm okay now. I remember everything now. And he kind of looks up to you. His eyes still very much a clouded green, but for once a smile is now planted upon it. Very big sigh of relief again. It's a pleasure to meet you, Venelin. I'm Conan Eldervale, Prince of the Court of Intent. And I think I need a nap now.
You know what I think after that, I think we all could use a nap. Especially Relican, he's looking a little green around the gills, if you would.
Ral's just like on the floor, and all you see is
He just throw his hand up and give her the finger.
no. This is a thumbs up.
Oh, okay. Just because your hand's out of the frame, so all we see is the arm.
That's the worst part. Your hand like is just perfectly cut off.
Yeah.
So like you see like just up to your wrist. It's like, oh no, he lost his hand.
It's just a thumbs up.
Yeah. Okay.
It's still a bit of a swirl, but it's coming together.
I didn't think memories would be something that would come back all at once, so.
Yeah.
It is an absolute pleasure to meet you, Prince Conan Eldervale. I do suggest we do find somewhere to recharge our batteries.
And Jason and Venelin can feel his astral arms just sort of come around them as he gives you guys a hug. Thank
Aw.
you.
You're welcome?
You are most welcome.
This is the part where I am reminded that the astral arms don't necessarily have to be visible. So Venelin could be very freaked out right now.
Venelin is very freaked out right now.
They've been visible ever since he's been grappling with Nella here.
Sure. Nellie here was how big? And she may not have been anywhere near Cross to see them.
Fair.
Like, all she knew was that this monk who was supposed to be incredibly blind always seemed to be able to see things a little bit better than he should have been able to. and she kind of just never said anything because it meant that she didn't have to worry quite so much. But like now there's a set of see-through arms holding her coming
Dragon arms.
from Cross, and she's just like, I don't fucking know what's going on. I watched my father summon a bunch of shit in our house, and this is freakier. This might actually.
What, you think the Baron actually tripped and fell out a window?
No, this is just suddenly making a lot of things make a hell of a lot more sense. Like the Baron falling out the window.
We were in my house.
Recognizing that you're a little uncomfortable about
Express,
it.
what are
also
you
like,
doing
oh,
in Velen's room, you fucking creep?
the draconic forms of the astral arms just sort of vanish, and you feel the grip lessen.
I think you guys deserve a reward.
You know, I think we deserve a reward too.
The fact that
Yes.
nobody died while fighting,
For the severe lack of dying and for the quite good use of ingenuity during the fight with during the initial confrontation with Nellier, the fight notwithstanding. The party is level 8.
oh,
Ooh!
hell yeah!
Judas Priest,
What?
I'm here for it.
God damn!
Your girl gets evasion! Throw them deck saves at me! I am way too excited.
I'll be real with y'all. One of the potential alternatives is having to fight the Artemisians, and I don't know how that would have panned out. Y'all struggled to fight one. My
I don't know.
apologies. That was me shuffling that deck of cards. God damn it. I just saw these fucking gifs. I hate it.
I apologize. It was just one of those, like, it was all I could hear whenever somebody was talking with the shuffling of the cards, and I'm just like, it needs to stop. Please, for the love
No,
of
that's
God.
not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about all the fucking gifts.
They're appropriate.
Peace, quiet, tranquility.
Yeah, Alex?
Go commit Iris. The Artemisians in the Court of Intent give you the night to rest. You guys are all given the best lodgings you could possibly be given, with Cross even being given his own bedroom.
Yay!
God, I'm exhausted. Jesus. Another morning within the Court of Intent. And you guys are being treated to an absolute feast for breakfast. How we eating? Especially since 3 of you came up in a hole.
So we've taken a long rest, yes?
Yes, without a doubt. Please, for the love of God, long rest.
Okay. Venolin is eating like a queen because, one, she has returned the prince to his people. Two, I mean, when in Rome.
Ral, continuing his hatred of birds, will feast on every bird provided. Because fuck birds. Not literally, but you know what I mean.
Don't worry, we'll find you a bird wife.
No.
Ralakan falls in love with an Aarakocra. On the agreement that she never fishes. Ever.
She never tries to outfish him.
Nope, never.
That's the only condition.
Never. Yeah, that's the only condition.
Jason
He tries to
being,
outfish him, he gets the plucking knife.
Jason being an automaton and not eating, will offer to help serve and clean up for the Artemisian.
They accept the help, and the vassals of the Fate Court of Intent, like not the Artemisians, don't really know how to thank you for your help, as they don't really know what passes for currency. So they just give you what looks like a sizable emerald.
Thank you very much. It is a pleasure to help.
It's about the size of your fist.
Nice.
You have no earthly idea how expensive that thing could be.
It's fine. It's fine. It's a pretty gem.
Finally, as you guys are finishing breakfast, Queen Vivian arrives at your table. He says, I'd like to thank you on behalf of the entire court for returning our son to us safely.
You are very welcome. It was a pleasure.
If it keeps a family together, it was worth it.
Is there anywhere you'd like for us to send you? You don't have to go back to where you came. The Faith courts are connected to all the forests of the world. There are places safer from the vampires than where you were.
No, I still have things to do, so going back to the floating city of New Manhattan is probably going to be the best place for me.
Understood. And he sort of like pulls out this small kind of satchel. And out of it, she pulls 3 branches that almost look like they've been fashioned into wands. And she gives one to each of you, Venelin, Ral, and Jason. Should you ever have need of our services or our help, plant these in fertile soil, and one of us will come. So where will you go from here? What designs do you have for the world outside of these halls?
God, there's a lot that we need to do.
Well, we need to go speak to, the Vision, for one. Help Jason get the rest of his memories and functionality back. It's a place to start.
Quite. Your goal is still to defeat the Vampire Lord Veteran, then?
Maybe. Maybe not.
Understood. Well, I wish the 3 of you the best of luck on your travels. And she sort of like slowly but daintily leaves your table to let you guys finish your brekkie. Not a few moments later, Kieran approaches the table. He seems to be balancing 2 severed halves of an orange on the end of his greatsword. Just I take it you'll be going back to that curse-laden place.
Yes.
I hope you understand that while we are thankful for your help, this changes nothing on the behalf of me or my organization. I have every intent of seeing that man's head impaled on the end of my javelin. City or no city.
Try city first. Try. You know, maybe not do the whole genocide of all life on Rock.
Life finds a way, Aberration. Life finds a way.
Excuse you, I am a fish. I am a fish, not an aberration.
Have you considered possibly a different approach?
Yes. Perhaps a pincer movement instead of a frontal assault might prove better. Good advice, Conan.
What I mean to say is that his people are feeding off of the living. Why not get them to safety and then drop the city?
He kind of gives you that face of really, really trying not to laugh. Before finally splitting the orange in half and sort of suckling on one end of it. Is there anything else you guys want to do here in the Court of Intent before heading back?
There's not really much I need to do. So I'm good to vamoose out of here and never see these genocidal maniacs ever again. I would love to visit Cross's parents whenever whenever I'm allowed. Other people, not so much. Definitely not so much.
So prefer if they didn't go and ransack a city and knock it out of the sky into another land. But yeah, I don't really have a whole lot to do with Paycor.
Madeline, Cross.
Well, by the sounds of it, I'm not gonna be leaving that easily.
Hey, Cross, you got duties.
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of a prince. You're kind of gone a bit. You got rituals and studies and clothes to pick out and politics to take part in.
Politics.
Then Ralakan and Jason can see Cross just kind of sigh dejectively.
You know, like how one fake court keeps exporting its military everywhere it wants.
Mm-hmm.
Prince Conan Eldavale, would you be able to join us for the rest of this venture?
As much as I would love to do that and see it all through. After all, I kind of made a promise to you guys that I'd help you, but Mother seems very intent on me. Oh, pardon the pun on that. Of having me locked up here, like I was before.
Disappointing, but understood.
Venelin does have this look of abs. She's got this shit-eating grin on her face.
Jason feels disappointment.
Because I can't see. She thinks I can't take care of myself. And
Despite
this-
that you just proved that you absolutely could.
she can be rather stubborn. You really have to convince her. And what had gotten me into this mess in the first place was we were in a small hunting party gathering resources for a ritual, and that's when Nelly here abducted me. He tortured me for 8 days until I signed the piece of paper.
Well, this is the fake court of intent, right?
Mm-hmm.
You made a promise. You can't very well go back on the words that you stated, since you're the prince of the fake court of intent. You
I
can't.
know what you're trying to do. If you approach my mother with that knowledge, with that kind of loophole trickery, you might have a chance with her.
Well then.
Especially if father is there.
Well then. Let's see what we can accomplish. Shall we?
And I assume Venelin and Cross are marching into the throne room.
I only want to be there if both of the parents are there.
Thankfully, they are.
Okay.
Byron and Vivian Eldervale are kind of discussing the matters of the day, which seem at current to be the renovation of their atrium after the debacle yesterday.
Yeah, there's a nice big imprint of a very upset Fey god just sort of smashed up against the wall.
Venelin will give a bow to be respectful, because there's no point to angering the people that she wants to sway to her side.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to be respectful. We thank you, of course, for your gracious hospitality, Your Majesties. However, we as a group have noticed a lack of supplies being available to Prince Conan.
Explain.
Well, you see, we've been traveling together for nearly 2 months now, and there is a rather particular team cohesion that could not be filled by anybody else. And when we first encountered some of the issues and intricacies of traveling with Jason, Prince Conan did indeed promise to be with us till the end of our current adventure dealing with Jason, and that is not currently done. Of course, I don't mean to presume that a promise from the Prince of the fake court of intent would be set aside so easily. So of course we ask that provisions for him to maintain his promise be made available.
Vivian stands up. He's like, surely you can't expect us, after having just retrieved our son, to just send him back out into that sin-cursed... And then Byron kind of raises his hand slightly. And he's got this wry smile that on anybody that wasn't a king, you would describe as an absolute shit-eating grin.
You mean like the one that was on Vendelin's face not even 15 minutes ago?
Here's Conan.
Sir?
You're heir to the court of intent, are you not?
Yes, sir.
And I take it's your intent to make good on the promise you made to these fine people.
Yes, sir.
It's a good man.
And if Cross can see, he could probably be seeing his mother almost like gaping like a fish and just
Vendelin's not moving. She's just standing there. Not stoically, but, you know, she's...
If looks could kill,
Oh, man, if looks could kill Vendelin, Vendelin would
The
be
doors
dead.
to the doors to the Fey Court of Intent will remain open to you. Should you have need of us, you know where to go.
Of course. Thank you.
He gently twists his wrist, and the runic circle in the center of the throne room begins to thrum with emerald energy. And you guys find yourselves immediately being whooshed back into your home plane. In a flash, you guys are met with the loud splash of water as you guys land in what feels like a pool.
Oh, no.
Oh no!
Oh no.
And as you guys rise out of it, you guys realize that you guys are in the fountain at Bryant Park.
Let me tell you something about the fountain at Bryant Park. That water is filthy.
I'm not gonna lie, a part of me expected us to be dropped into a fucking breeding pool.
What? Do you know the Simic hybrid that would have to fit in a breeding pool that big? To fit all four of you?
It could be a communal breeding pool. You know? Why did I open my mouth?
It's great. Don't worry about it. It's great.
I was thinking it's fast.
I'm not apologizing to Alex. Tim, I'm sorry.
Every session has to have breeding pool at least one.
You know, maybe if we can, like, talk with, like, that on a makeshift, maybe we can get, like, a little Ralakan action figure with his own breeding pool.
Oh, no. Here's the thing. No. It's one of those cool ones that, like, the case that it comes in is the breeding pool.
Oh my
It's like one of those collector's edition ones that, like, the case is the breeding pool.
I'm deceased.
And on that note, I think this is a good time to stop. That is a nice little, like, light, levity, kind of jovial note to end this off on.
Yeah.
How's everybody feeling?
I'm feeling
You
like
pretty
I
great.
really should stop talking a lot.
Keep going, Spaz. You're doing great.
Oh, man. As always, I want to start off by thanking our sponsors. First off, D&D Beyond. D, the letter N, D, Beyond.com. A massive repository for all things 5th edition, as well as a sprawling homebrew compendium to create for yourself or draw on for other games for a small subscription fee. We used its Twitch overlay prior to switching to Slobs, and it is quite wonderful and intuitive. Second, Lucky Dice Cafe and Liquor Express. If you guys find yourselves in the Huntsville, Alabama area and need to have some nice live game fun times, particularly with our head DM Heath, by all means, call into one of those 2 locations and set an appointment. Wow.
Don't
Me
worry.
know 2 words good.
Don't worry, I too have had a
Great.
stroke before.
Super good.
You don't even had a stroke before. Your arms look like the dude from Jaws. So let's... Speaking of our head DM Heath, what are we doing on Mondays? Are they still doing Baldur's Gate?
Yeah, I think so. Because they're not back with their game until the 5th of April.
Who's he playing with, JT?
No, he's playing with Otter.
Right. Our head DM Heath and veteran of the Diabear Adventuring Company, Honor, have their own little mini-series where they're playing Baldur's Gate 3 on Mondays. In the interim between his last game, The Troubleshooters, and his next game, which I, unfortunately, know nothing about.
No, it's season 2 of the Troubleshooters.
Season 2 of The Troubleshooters?
Yep.
Season 2 of The Troubleshooters. Tuesday, World at War?
Yep.
World at War! Don't know what it's about? One of the coolest Call of Duty games, though. I'm excited for it. Wednesday, any update on Wednesdays?
No, Deca's got a one-shot coming up.
Deca's got a one-shot coming up. Oh yeah, that's You Awaken in a Strange Place, right?
Yeah.
Cool. And Thursdays are currently on a brief hiatus as Maddie, our wonderful little Marvel stan over here, readies her homebrew for runs when? April? When in April?
We start April 1st, which is not an April Fool's joke. I ain't gonna cancel the session short of finding out that somebody in my family has passed away. We will be playing on April 1st.
See,
So.
she says we're playing on April 1st, but bet money. Bet like $5. You know what? I'm on Twitch. I can't say that. Bet $1. She puts a dollar Canadian that we tune
That's
in
funny money.
Thursday, April 1st, and she's just watching the B movie.
No. We will be playing April 1st. I only wanted to be on a break for a month. We ended at the end of February, which means I've had March off to finish prep. And then we'll be starting on April 1st. We are going to see 3 new faces and 3 familiar ones from my Thursday games.
Oh, God. That's going to be great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Isn't it,
that'll be
Alex?
great.
Aren't you excited? You did this to yourself.
I know I did. Even now, the evil seed of what I have done germinates within me. As always, thank you so much for coming and joining us on this wonderful Saturday night. We will be back next Saturday as the party returns to New Manhattan. A bit late for their appointment.
We had to fight a god.
Thank you all for coming and watching. And as always, wear a mask. Wash your hands. be kind to one another, and roar for initiative. Have a great night.